Hello, good afternoon. This is David Sutter talking to you, and today is my weekly strategy video for Wednesday, June 23rd, 2021. Okay, and normally I would like to do a webinar, but since we don't have a lot of people opt in for a webinar, or people just don't have time to attend a webinar, I'd rather just record a video so that you can watch this over and over again. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just pick some random currency pairs, okay, and then I'm going to load my Excalibur trend indicator, and I'm going to show you maybe some different strategies on how to use my indicator and how to find entry points where you want to place your trades. Okay, so generally speaking, I do not recommend just placing like a market execution trade and just placing the right away. I prefer to use pin orders and try to gauge where the market is headed, okay, over the next several days. Okay, so I don't want to just place a trade right now. Example, if you want to place a buy trade right this second, there's a good chance that it could shoot down further and you have a serious drawdown. Okay, so you have to kind of judge where exactly to get into. It's kind of rare that you just open a chart and have the perfect entry. Okay, most of the time you're not going to. Okay, now there are instances I do run into, even myself, where okay, I'll go ahead and just place a trade right now, but to me that's not always going to happen. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to pick something, okay, and I got this NCD CAD pulled up right here, highlighted. Let me pick that one real quick. Just to kind of see what's going on with this. Okay, the default is a 1 hour chart, okay, like you see here. And what I like to do is look at the higher time frames first, the 4 hour, the daily and weekly. Okay, you see right here you get the 4 hour, daily and weekly charts. Really, I do not like to look at the monthly because this is so broad. Okay, now when you look at these higher time frames, what you're doing is you're zooming out on the market. Okay, you're getting a bigger ballpark picture of what the market is doing. Okay, the smaller the time frame, you're like zooming in on the market. Okay, you can see a real finite picture of what the market is doing on a like day to day or hour to hour basis. All right, but if you look at like a daily or weekly chart, you can get a real broad view of the market. So anyhow, just want to put that out there. So we want to look at the higher time frames first, okay, and this will show us where the market is headed long term. Okay, and then we want to compare that to the smaller time frames and try to trade with the bigger time frame. Okay, if that makes any sense, right? Now if we look right here on a 1 hour chart, it shows to go up, and of course this is default time, right? Now if we look at the 4 hour chart, it shows to go up still. If we look at the daily chart, it shows to go up. Okay, if we look at the weekly chart, oh wow, it shows to go down. All right, so in the long term, in the bigger picture here, it's going to be going down because we do not have a blue arrow yet. Okay, so so when you drop, I'll go to the biggest time from here, which is the weekly. Okay, so we know long term is going to drop. So if we drop down to the daily, it shows to go up. Now it's not going to go up significantly. Okay, it's not going to go like as high as this red arrow was before. It is possible. Excuse me, my nose is itching. It is possible, but highly unlikely. What I think will happen is the price will go to here. Okay, I'm going to mark that. That is a resistance there, but there's also a high point here. Let me mark that one as well, just so you can see, what's going on. But it go here or there, I don't know, even somewhere in between, but it's not going to go all the way up to this red arrow again. If I go back to the weekly chart, and we look at this, okay. Now, if we look in the past generally will repeat itself, to an extent, okay. So we look in the weekly chart, we see the price had dropped here on this red arrow, okay, and came down and went back up a ways, and then dropped more, and then came back up quite a bit, and then dropped more. You see that? So we see right here kind of this similar thing. The price dropped, came back up a ways, dropped, came back up a ways, and it's going to drop again. But according to the daily, it's going up right now. so if it goes back up to this green line, which is very feasible, sorry, my nose is itching real bad. It is very feasible that it will, go to this green line right here, and then drop even more. Now, how far will it drop on the weekly chart? It's hard to say. We have a blue arrow here, which is probably about where it will drop, okay, somewhere down there, and that's going to take months, okay. It's probably going to take another 3 or 4 months at least before we see that happen, because it's going to go back up a ways, probably touch this line and drop back down again. All right, that's just what's going to happen, and it might go up even higher since the daily chart is showing to go up. So what we want to do, okay, how we're going to place a trade, okay, we looked at the bigger time frames, we look at the smaller time frames. Everything's pointing up right at the moment. Look at the 30 minute. 30 minute shows to go up. 15 minute shows to go up. All right, we have a red arrow there. It looks like it's getting ready to drop at this minute. Okay, 5 minute shows to go down. So, all right, so what's going to happen is you're kind of caught in a range of market here. Okay, we're kind of going in a sideways fashion, but I think the price is going to be going up for the next few days. Okay, we look at the 4-hour chart to see where the price is headed, over the next week or two. Here we got 2 blue arrows followed, two blue arrows in a row. It does happen that you get 3 in a row, but generally speaking, if you get 2 in a row, the next one will be a red arrow. So I feel that it's going to be going up. Now, I already marked this resistance here. Okay, I don't think it's going to go up that high, at least not this week. Okay, maybe the next couple of weeks, but it will. If I drop down to the 1 hour, zoom in a little bit, we see a resistance here as well. Okay, and of course this one a little bit higher, but I think this is about where it's going to head this week. Okay, today's Wednesday, so we only got 2 days left in the trading week, so this price is going to be kind of riding sideways with a slight uptrend. Okay, it may not even go that high this week. Okay, but for the moment, we can expect, at least for the next couple of days, probably the next week, we can expect this to have a slow and steady uptrend. All right, with a lot of highs and lows. So I'm going to focus on buying. Okay, that may seem a little crazy, but since the daily and the 4 hour show to buy, okay, I know it's going to be going up here in the next few weeks. So if we go back down to the 5 minute, I think it was the 5 minute that showed a red arrow, right? Okay, so here on the 5 minute chart, it's showing the sell. So in the next, I don't know, 30 minutes to 1 hour, it's probably going to drop. Okay, like I said, if you go down to the smaller time frames, you get a real clear picture of what's going on like an hour to hour basis versus a bigger picture on the larger on the larger time frame. Sorry, I got sinus drainage. But what we're going to do is we're going to put a buy limit. I'm going to put a buy limit pin in order somewhere in here. Okay, there's no exact, because we don't know exactly what the market's going to do, but I'm going to put this at 0.6400. Okay, and I can always readjust this a little bit. and I'm going to use a take profit at 0.86700. Okay, that'll give me 300 pips in total profit. Okay, now you see here I'm not using a stop loss. Okay, I know some people have asked me about using a stop loss. Yes, you can use a stop loss if you want. I do not recommend using a stop loss simply because many brokers use technology or special software on their side to detect your stop loss, okay, and make sure you hit it. Most times stop losses are just designed to stop you out, okay, and make you lose money. Some people will argue that it's risky, but Forex in general is risky, okay? That's why we trade. So anyhow, I placed a trade here now with a buy limit. It says here buy limit, and also here it says TP or take profit. All right, and if we look at the, if I hover the mouse, you'll see I have 300 pips in total profit, right? So that's not bad, right? It's pretty good. All we gotta do now is wait for that to drop. Now I could always click on this and drag up and down to modify this if I want. I could bring it up just slightly. Oops, this is a new demo account, I didn't realize. Anyways, I could bring this up just slightly, I think. I don't want to bring it up too much because I think the price will drop back down a ways and then shoot back up again. Okay, so what we're doing here is wait for the price to drop, okay, and activate a buy trade on the buy limit. You want to place a limit order below your current price when you're doing a buy. If you're doing a stop order, it would be above the current price. Okay, if that makes any sense. So I put a buy limit here, so when this price drops here, it hit this and activate a buy trade, and then go back up for the kill and hit the take profit. All right, and if I zoom back out to like a 4 hour, you can see that there with the buy limit and take profit right here. So hopefully this price will drop back down and then shoot back up again. Okay, so here you get a bigger picture of what's going on in the market, and I can zoom in a little bit so you can see that. So there you go. Now the price could just keep going up. Now what we can do also, check this out. I have here a resistance. Okay, I'm going to mark that. That's a strong resistance there, and I don't think it's going to break that today. Excuse me, but it will. I can pretty much guarantee you it's going to break this green line, and then it's going to go up to the next green line. Okay, just like going in an elevator, different levels. Okay, so what we want to do here in this particular case, okay, and I don't always do this, but we want to put a buy stop pennant order in addition. So I'm going to drop down to a 15-minute chart just so we can get a little bit clearer picture. But I'm going to put a buy stop here with a, you know, like a 200 point take profit. But if I go here and click on buy stop, okay, click on buy stop. I'm going to go here and I'm going to choose 0.86 900. Sorry, I have to kind of look at the screen a little bit. And for take profit, I'm going to put 0.87. You know what? This will give me 150 pips in profit, I think. Okay, and then I can just kind of drag this up a little bit. What I want to do is have about an equal space here and an equal space there. Okay, and the reason being is so that I don't want to put this buy stop right on this line, because there's a chance that the price could go up, touch this resistance here like it did, and shoot back down, and it could touch, even break a little bit, activate a buy trade, and then drop, and you have a big drawdown. So we want to try and avoid that. All right, if it breaks and goes this high, then there's a good then it'll it'll drop back down, but then it'll hit, once it breaks the resistance, it'll touch that support now and then bounce back up further. All right, so that's what we want to happen. So if I look here at the take profit, it says 150 pips, like I said, right? So this one is potentially 300. So generally speaking, the limit order is going to be about double, okay, what your stop order would be. So we have a big trade here and a small one there, but a total overall, if both of these execute day and close, this should happen within the next 24 to 48 hours. You should see these both open and close. So hopefully by the end of this week, both of these will be open and closed for you. Okay, and you would have about 450 pips in total profit on one single currency pair. You see that? And I only got 2 trades placed. Okay, so you do not need to have a dozen charts open. If you see bloggers on YouTube or all these YouTube channels with people posting like 3 or 4 computer monitors, all right, that's insane. You don't need that. Okay, people got these trading rooms with all these monitors set up. It's ridiculous. Okay, so anyhow, you keep it simple. Keep Forex trading very simple. Now I'm going to pick one more currency pair and I'll wrap up the video because I don't want this to drag on forever. But let's pick AUD CHF. Okay, I don't even know this one. I haven't even looked at it today, but we're going to open it up and see what's going on. Now here, okay, 1 hour shows to sell. Let's look at the higher time frames real quick. Wow, 4 hour shows to buy. Daily shows to sell, and weekly shows to sell. Okay, so the daily and weekly show to sell. So I can guarantee it's going to be dropping, long term over the next few weeks, right? We see a downtrend emerging here. We see a downtrend. I'm sure you probably see it too. And whenever you have a downtrend, you want to mark your resistance coming down. Okay. If you have an uptrend, mark your support. But in this case, we're going to mark the resistance. So right now, we have a blue candle, and it looks like it's going up, and it's probably going to touch that trend line. Okay. This is on a weekly chart, by the way, but just kind of get a big picture of what's going on. Let me drop down to a daily, get a little bit clearer picture of what's going on, right? Oops, let me zoom out a little bit. Same thing, right? That price, that candle should be shooting up and touch that trend line. Okay, and let's look here. 4 hour shows to be going up. So I can about guarantee you the price is going to go up to that trend line or very close to it. Okay, if let me delete this trend line, because you drop down the smaller time frames, it screws up a little bit. But let me draw this real quick. Okay, there's your resistance. That is where it's going to have to break this right here, but I think it's going to touch somewhere right in there. Now if I mark this resistance, you can see right here that is probably about where it's going to touch, maybe a little bit higher. Okay, but somewhere right here is where it's going to do. Prices are going to drop back down again and then go back up more. It might like ride sideways going uphill and then eventually touch right about here. Okay, that is what we can predict with this. Okay, so what we want to do ultimately is put a sell limit pin order here. Like I said, the daily and the weekly show to sell. So in this particular case, I want to sell only. I could buy, because if you look at like here, you look at the 30-minute. You can look at the 30-minute. It shows the sell right now. So it's probably going to drop back down a ways and then shoot back up. So I could put a buy limit right here with a small take profit, and then put another sell limit. But really don't want to do that, because you kind of get into gambling. Okay, I want to go with the bigger trends here. Okay. Okay, I want to go with a sell, and let me go to a day 1 hour chart. Sorry, we'll go to a 1 hour chart so I can get a clearer picture of what's going on. And we have a strong resistance here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a sell limit just below this line with about a 200 point or so take profit. Okay, so I'm going to go here and choose sell limit, and I'm going to put 0.69. I'm just going to make it 700 even. Like I said before, I can always readjust this, but that's what we're going to do for right now. And then I'm going to put this at 0.69 400 for the take profit. Now check this out. See, and I can move this up slightly if I want, but hopefully, if you look at the 4 hour, it shows to go up. So hopefully, this price will go up over the next 24 hours. Okay, it's not going to happen right away because the 1 hour shows a sell right now. So it's probably going to drop back down a ways, then go up again. It could keep repainting and go higher. I don't know. It's impossible to say, but we do know it eventually is going to go up, probably to this green line here. And then when it does, it's going to activate a sell trade right here. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And then eventually it'll drop back down. So you can look here for the next, like I said, within the next 24 hours for this sell trade to activate, and then another 24 to 48 hours for it to close and hit that take profit. Okay, so it's not going to, today's Wednesday, so you're looking at Thursday going to Friday before this activates, and then probably Monday, Tuesday, probably Tuesday I would say before this closes. All right, being realistic here. Okay, but that's fine. You're not, you incur swap fees like you see here where it says swap. You incur swap fees when your trade is open for more than 24 hours. Okay, so every day you're incurring swap fees, and that's just another broker tactic. Okay, another, I want to say scam, but just another way brokers make money off of you. Okay, because it's just what it is, man. It's just how Forex is. So that's why Forex is more about day trading. Okay, trading from day to day. If you trade in stocks, for example, okay, trading stocks, then you can buy a stock and hold for long term. Okay, if you know the price is going up. But Forex, you cannot buy for long term. Okay, because of the swap fees every day. Okay, it's going to kill you. So you want to be able to open and close. Typically, you want to open and close a trade the same day. You know, but that's it's not always possible, is it? If you've been trading Forex for a while, you know that's impossible. You know, you're going to have trades open for days, even weeks at a time. Okay, and you're going to incur swap fees. But it is what it is. It's part of trading Forex. Sometimes we have to incur the swap fees and take a loss. But we want to try to minimize the swap fees. Okay, so the key is to being patient. Okay, trying to use limit orders, or not limit orders, well, pendant orders, both limit and stop orders, but use pendant orders, okay, instead of just placing a trade right away. That will help alleviate and minimize having trades stuck open for a long period of time. Okay, it's not perfect using pendant orders, but it is better than just placing a trade. Okay, if I place a sell trade right this second, example, this is a good example. If I just place a sell trade right this minute, I guarantee it's going to go up more. And then I'm going to have a drawdown and be stuck in a drawdown for several days, maybe even a week, before the darn thing shoots back down. Okay, happens. It happens to all of us. All right, so we want to try put a sell limit here and wait for that to activate and then drop. Okay, and that will alleviate all of these swap fees. As soon as it hits that take profit, as soon as it's going to close, and we can avoid the swap fees, right? So anyhow, now I use a sell limit. Do I want to use a sell stop? Well, I could, but I don't want to, because I don't know exactly where to put the stop order. That's the problem. I could put a stop order like below this take profit with another take profit down here, but I just don't like that. Okay, what I want to do though, I can use a stop order, but I want to wait until this sell limit is activated. Okay, then I could put a stop order like right here where the price is right now. Okay, so I'm looking at the next 2 days or whenever to actually put another stop order. Okay, so obviously I can't do it in this video, but you know, you can picture in your mind, okay, what will happen. So it's all about being patient. So there are times where you want to place both a stop order and a limit order, but majority of the time you're going to see like this, where you want to do a limit order only. Like this one here, that's fine to use a limit order and a stop order, because we know what the price is going to shoot back down and then go up more. Okay, and it could do the same thing here. The price could shoot down and go up more, but I'm definitely not putting no buy trades in right now, but you know, this setup, I know I'm trying to envision in my mind how to give you an example, but just trust me, it's not going to work. Okay, just put a limit order only, and this is something you will learn in time. Once you get better at this, okay, once you trade every day, you will see when to put a limit order and when not to put a limit order, when to put a stop order, when not to put a stop order. Okay, there's no really like golden rule exactly when to place your pennant orders or where to put the pennant orders. So, you know, even me, I don't get it 100% right all the time. Okay, if I can get 80% right all the time, I'm okay. You know, that's fine with me. But you know, we try to get as close as possible where to put these pennant orders. All right, and trade with safety in mind, because you know, if you follow me, you know I do not use a stop loss. So we need to try to be as accurate as possible of our entry points. Okay, so we can get in at the right time and get out with the take profit only. Okay, so I hope this helped you a little bit in your trading. You can go ahead and place these trades right now if you're watching this video, you know, within the day. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments about these particular trades, this strategy I'm using right here, and you can feel free to hit me up on Facebook. I have a link below in the description of this video for my personal Facebook. Okay, please contact me there first. Also, I put a link for my private Facebook group. Okay, and if you have not joined my Facebook group, please request to join my Facebook group, and then you can post any questions or comments there, and we can all collaborate as a team within the group. Okay, so as I said, I hope you have a wonderful day. Just let me know how I can help you. Thank you so much.